We are playing as well, first of all, we are playing as Apollo. Got a badge. Smith's autopsy report. The time of death around 2 a.m. April 17th, death caused by a single blow to the head. This picture shows him with a hat on. Deadly bottle, which I still find very, very odd to be the murder weapon, considering it has no speck of blood in it. Plus, it's, didn't get shattered. Like getting bashed into the head. Right, cell phone. More photographs. And then we have these people. Christoph Kevin is our mentor. Ah, alright, it actually says it. Boss at Gavin Law's office is a first-rate defense attorney and my trusted mentor. Then we have a very much grown-up adult Phoenix Wright. Age of 33. Pianist at the Porch Bowl I can speak, I swear. Pianist at the Porch Bowl Club. Formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. And this is the guy who died. And we are defending Phoenix. Jaddy Smith, the victim in this case, a traveler only recently back in the country. Winston's the guy who's against us, and we are currently trying to, I guess, pin the murder? Or we were trying to pin the murder to Olga, but at the moment it doesn't seem completely, she might have been accomplished. She might have been accomplished, but not the person who killed him, I feel like. She definitely tried to tamper with the cards. She even freaking slipped and said it. The witness in this case, a Russian waitress at the club. How could Phoenix fall so far? I mean, I don't know, man. Plus the pianist part kind of makes no effing sense. Pianist, my ass. You'd never mentioned piano in the previous game, so he must have picked it up much, much later. And learned only one song, I don't freaking know. I'm dying to know my Phoenix is not an attorney. Yeah, I want to know too, like, what the frick happened? Oh. April 20th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, room number 2. We're back. Hello, doggy. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good Monday, or at the very least a decent one. Alrighty then. Court will now renounce. Has our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered? Oh yes, passed out. Yes, Your Honor. She's regained consciousness. Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again. That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued. You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Bain. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well, the witness will take the stand. Get that woman back here. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession? My freaking god. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser. Not. Huh? Well, there you go. That was a complete switcheroo of a freaking character. Wow, I feel like Kristoff saw right through her. Color me impressed. I was a little bit like, huh, okay. Hello. Um, the name's Olga Orly. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quick Fingers Orly. Alright, so you're a little bit more impressive now, but that still begs to differ. We did figure out last time that there was a mistake with the cards. You know, they used two decks, one with the red cards and backside red and blue backs. So, and somehow was there a blue back mixed in? I don't wanna misspoke. Yeah, blue card mixed in with the red ones. Oh, really? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian. And my last name sounds like, oh really? Wow. There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Well, I'm gonna keep giving you that voice though. Witness, you will tell the court, what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan. See? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. And any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Like I said, I'm pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Boards Bow Club several days prior to the night of the game. In such an old R really meme. Orly meme. As a waitress. So you were in the cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning was the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Bright. The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sort. I was to plant a card in the Bright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Bright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. You swapped the cards? And now Phoenix is poker legend all of a sudden. Yeah. I mean, he did say played like 7 years or so. I'm like, wow, at what point did you have time to do that? Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would have dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at the cheating would cast doubt on all of his prior winners. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Aye. Oh really, Orly? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree the trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right. He's lucky. I'll give him that. You'd have to be the slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quick Fingers already. Oh, really? I feel like there are puns flying around here because of her name. Witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind's tricks. Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? Bad. Got it. When we're through being bad, perhaps you could testify for the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. Oyoyoing. I keep looking at her scarf like it's a freaking pirate hat scarf or something. Thank you for the 41 months. Lurks about. Also, hello Tooth. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good Monday. Same to you, Hop. Best light traps. You're just in time, both of you. By the way, this is the same scaredy cat looking woman, Olga. Revealed to be an actual pro dealer of cards. That night I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was the no-good cheating defendant. Unsurprisingly frank testimony that will leave us mostly in the dark. The trap was perfect. I tell you, perfect. If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking. Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, it's all yours, Mr. Justice. With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? All right. Shape. Well, let's start pressing. This planted card. Which card was it exactly? The trump card. The 5 of hearts. 5 of hearts. Not here. Well, let me guess. Mr. Wright was to have switched the 5 with the ace to make a full house. At least that's what you were going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend. I slid it into Wright's pocket. When was this? Why, before the match, of course. While he was eating. At the Borch Bowl Cup, we serve porridge. And suckers. Remind me to never go there. Of course, the card was to make a grand debut during the game. Like a good porridge, good blood must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken. So everything went according to plan. Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious that the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud. There are worse things to be known, I suppose. Tell us what happened with the search. The card disappeared? Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone, without a trace. Poof, zippo. We searched every nook and cranny. Even inside his cute little hat. Ah, she thinks it's cute. But the card was nowhere to be found, is this correct? Never in my long storied career. Never has quick finger orally been so readily ducked. Oh, really? What did happen to that 5 of hearts? Don't look at me. Why don't you ask the cheating, lying, two-faced defendant? So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action.
Hold it!
Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing. Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well, oh? Oh? What was that just now? I sensed something. Oh wait, right. Phoenix did mention about you start picking up when people are lying. The little things. Could this be one of those? Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little harder? I mean, hells yeah. Miss Harley, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? You? Me? Quick finger Harley? Hide something? The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. And there goes the hand again. Under the hair, and she's not looking at us. I did see it. Honest. I saw it when Wright hit him. With my own eyes, I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting? That witness, for instance, Miss Orley, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Touching her neck, was it? Whoa, hello. Whoa, what the? Whoa, what's going on? I wanna know too, what the hell? Are we opening our sixth eye or what? Is Sharingan? What is this? Sensation, it's coming into focus. There, that twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could precise her habit, like I couldn't before. Eh?
Gotcha!
Wow, is this like a similar to the you guys remember the Psyche locks from the previous games? Is this like a different kind of version? Since we don't exactly have a, you know, a spirit medium. Maybe this is like Apollo's ability. Miss Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Lol, superpower unlocked. I mean, I don't know, it looked like he was staring like super hard. I can immediately imagine how weird it would look. IRL. Whenever you get to a certain part of a testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says the part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. A memory? Does someone care to explain what he's babbling about? This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o, do we? Do we? Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happen when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this. The bottle? Oops. I didn't do that.
Take that!
Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And that reminds us more of the moment that is this bottle, the murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If we were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What is he talking about now? Oh, did she get hit by the bottle? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit. Not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later, just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Oh. Oi. Oi. No outfit swapping anymore, Olga. Go back to what it was. The timid look don't work now. I'm knowing nothing. Yeah. You're not a Russian. Can you stop that? The witness will testify, please. Now. Bah, fine. Oh. Music kicked in. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops showed up.
Hold it!
You seem uneasy. You try standing up here. Her eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, you must have been stunned by the weight of this crime. He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came. No, he didn't. He went and called the cops. He's literally the one who called them. Intriguing. I believe you've got all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness. So what do you think about her testimony? Bullshit. I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is flawed. It's basically bogus. This contradictions the evidence. What's that? Well, what was the evidence, Mr. Justice? This evidence that you claim contradicts the testimony. She didn't let him out of the sight until the cops got there. Didn't Phoenix say that he, wasn't it said that he literally was the one who called them? So he had to got up. I know there's some evidence that contradicts that. Oh, Christ. Yeah, there we go.
Take
The
that!
phone. Miss Orley, we had a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by the prior report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room climbing the stairs and made the phone call from the first floor of the Porch Floor Club. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. Eek. Sorry, a little late there. The man who picked up the bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. Umst. You dirty cheat. Check his pockets now. It's gone. The card's gone. You lose. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Wright. And he hit me. You master cheating, you! When I came to, the victim was already dead. The victim was already dead? Is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If I came out that I was in the leagues with Nate, I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, you kind of dug yourself into a worse hole. Well, where does this leave us? Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming! It must have been me who was hit with the bottle, and I'm imagining all of this. It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Just keep smiling, just keep smiling. Mr. Gavin, sir, I believe that as the defense is this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big, fat liar. What? 3 were in the room the night of the murder, the defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement of that argument was murder. What? I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. Didn't Phoenix say that there was a possibility of a 4th person? What tangled web we were when we practiced it. Practiced to deceive. Yeah. When we practiced to deceive. So tangled, we catch ourselves in the progress. Mr. Wright. That's a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder? Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before our recess. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. A 4th person. Ah, this theory again. Your 4th person doesn't exist. What the fuck is that, people? It's a people. That's his papa. I don't know. It is a bit ugly. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit, I don't know. It could be a different color. Then I wouldn't mind it as much. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal? And we're in luck. The clue the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. Huh? That? Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about? Sorry? Remember what I said? The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the color of the back of the cards. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there is one person here in our court. Huh? Who thought those cards were blue? Eh? Okay, now I gotta say it's a bit bad that there's been a week between the episode here, because I'm like, was there? Okay. Well, I'm so sorry. That's a detail I am not currently remembering, but we'll have to see if they'll give us some hints. Yeah, I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? It's not me, I swear. Shut up, fine, it's not you. Who is the fourth person? Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? I don't remember it, but for some reason I'm like hovering over Kristoff right now and I'm like, did he say it? Because it can't be Smith, he's dead. Olga was the dealer, so I don't think she would make that kind of mistake. Well...
Take that!
Eh? Did I screw it up? As I expected. Your eyes and ears are sharp as your hair. What? It was... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember. So I just had to throw a wild ball there, and the thing is, I didn't... I'm gonna be honest, I did not remember did Kristoff say about anything about the cards, but I do remember the opening thing where Phoenix called someone, you know, and I'm guessing that someone might have been Kristoff, maybe. I don't fucking know. Could have been somebody else too. Like if I know. I was right. Kristoff Gavin. You were the fourth person that night. But... Of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? You can see the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards is blue and which one's on the floor or the table. Oh... I didn't pay attention at all in that part. But, well, look! You can see the colors in this photo. Yeah, you can see the blue pack on the disc. But the cards are red on the other side. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. Vai jumaliste, en minä huomannut tommosta. I'ma be honest, I did not notice that. It is true that the defense was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that game in the purest sense of competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, the test of with silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their packs, wretched and blue flame know its final outcome. That flipping quote? That flipping quote was the... Okay, I do remember him saying that, but like, nah, I didn't pick up on it like as a clue. No, Christian's a baddie? Mayhaps. I mean, it's kind of sad. I actually thought that he was gonna be our mentor, but... Huh. I mean, originally I thought it was gonna be Phoenix, but since we literally see what Phoenix is right now, it's like, I don't know. Is he? And when they showed that Kristoff was our mentor, I was like, oh, cool. We have a new character. Like, completely new squad. But, now it's starting to feel like, Kristoff might not be as a bit of a person. Still smiling. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? Hmm? Oh, no, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so... sudden. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Kristoff. You know when I've never taken a joke this far. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder. Oh, sure, yeah, I'm quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? I wasn't aware of that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? Huh? There is a possibility after all. They may have met that night, before the game started. What are you suggesting? Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you... Mitä? The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin? Testimony must be related to the case. How could anything happen before the game of poker be related? Buddy, you just raised a huge sus card on yourself by stopping Apollo to do that. Ay. I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believed that Miss Orley... I am to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this. He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Okay. The court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony. Yes. This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. And I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. And you, Justice, you would betray me, your teacher. I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth. Okay, guys, little bit of respect to Apollo. He literally is like immediately catching on to the it's about the truth. Very well, the defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please. Appetite before murder. That evening, Christoph and I had a dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Patty Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the cops. When I returned, he was dead. Blood streaming from the cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call. The defense attorney Gavin. Huh. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Porch Bowl Club the night of the murder. I dine with him rather frequently. And he talked to defendant on the phone directly after the murder. Quite against my will, I had become involved in the murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. But my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice. Sir, he is lying, and you're going to expose him. I understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Plus, we're literally the middle hand here, being like, why can't you guys duke it out yourselves? Why must we be the middle part? We're gonna have a normal trial. True. This is a very unique first trial to be had. Kinda feel bad for poor Apollo here. Alright.
Hold it!
You had dinner with Mr. Gavin. Yes, he dines with me at the Porch Bowl Club quite frequently. We were enjoying an unusual dinner at our usual spot as usual. I always eat at the table closest to the piano. I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting. So the plates and such on the table were from your dinner? Indeed. The remains of my meal with Christoph. We dined for 2 hours, then Christoph left. After that...
Hold it!
5 minutes. So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time. That would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure.
Oh, Mr. Wright, what was it you said? Christoph Gavin and Shadi Smith may have met.
I believe I did say that.
Here I was all nervous about this meeting. And now we hear they just passed in a hall.
That does seem a little weak as a pretense for murder. Oh, it would be, if that were all that there really happened. Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time?
Hold it!
About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga Orley mentioned. Yeah, the planted card. Yes, a harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. A quirk? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. A card she planted. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was a 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might have happened, so I disposed of the card before the game. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle.
Empty bottle of grape juice.
The murder weapon? Wait, what? Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass made it hard to see.
Seriously?
A battle of wits between the deceiver and a would-be deceived. That sounds like a terrific drama. A card inside of a murder weapon? That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information. Okay, so he's gonna talk about that. Can we open it? You know, damn card in here. The bottle is completely empty. Yeah, that's what I thought. I would have noticed if something was inside. Trying to see the cork too, but could it be somebody tampered with the evidence and they removed the card from it? Would that be a thing?
Hold it!
Why in the bottle? I perceived my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment. You see, I knew what was coming. Oh, so you struck first. I like that. I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me. At least when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, they don't.
Hold it!
You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get signals down in the hideout. Was anyone else in the first floor at the time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night after all. So there in the darkness, restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone.
Hold it!
And when you returned, the victim was already dead. Yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. Guess he'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. Not to mention, Phoenix has seen some bodies before, so wouldn't think that he would have gotten a little bit used to it by now. Kinda gruesome to say that, but you know. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair, and I figured Kristoff's law offices would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. Ah, glad to hear intended to pay. I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved, after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him. Now. Yikes. I feel like it's the bottle thing. Yeah, this part here. Where he says that he disposed the card into the bottle. But we've literally been looking at the bottle and there's nothing in there.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, if I may? Yes. I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here. No? God, Mr. Wright, surely, isn't all you have to say for yourself? I can't say that I know what happened to the card. That's what I mean. If Wright put it in the bottle, someone must have taken it out. I did put it in that bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparaging in our investigations either. We looked inside the bottle. There was nothing. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear? I don't think it disappeared. Someone tampered with the evidence. In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Ugh, why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? I mean, yeah, you got Phoenix kind of pissed off Kristoff there for a bit. So, but to be fair, Kristoff is looking more and more sus by the way he acts now. There, 7-4, showing off in 5 minutes. Have to call the cops. From the cut on his forehead.
Objection!
This one, because he had his hat on. So he sounds kind of desperate. Yeah, he does. That's why I'm a little... He's getting a little sus there. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes? Take a look at this photograph. Look at this graph. Sorry. Every single flipping time they say, look at this photograph. That pops into my head. I'm sorry. The photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Good point. Huh? Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph to it. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put the hat on his head. Could have, yeah, definitely could have mentioned that, Phoenix. Eh? You? You put the hat on the dead man's head. He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the cops, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright, just like in this photograph. And I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Why would you do a thing like that? All I can say is, I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So Miss Orley didn't see it. It being the victim's his head. I think not. He was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Ah, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client. Isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoff. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie yet. Eh? When I noticed the trap, I put the card into the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, recall that I spoke with defense attorney Kevin after calling the cops. Just in case, I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all in here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Hello, Tikeri. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good Monday. Or at the very least, a decent one. The plot thickens here. Kristoff, I seem to be in a bit of a trouble. Oh, what's this? Game not going well. Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good. He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone chin up plate? It wasn't you, was it? Me, please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Bone chin up plate? A kind of a porcelain, very smooth and shiny, and not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. Oh yeah, if he was wearing hats all the time and they just supposedly met for a very short period of time, how could Kristoff know that the guy was bald underneath the hat? Blood as thick as borscht now. Väkeämpää kuin borschtkeitto. Court appreciates the defendant's directions and not indicating my forehead. Wait a second. Something's not right about the phone call. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the borscht full cup. Most certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china bait? Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm glad that for once the game was like, by the by, we're gonna, like, pick up on this immediately. Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Hey. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you should like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of victim's head? So, this is your reason? The reason why you put the victim's hat back on? Your point, Mr. Gavin? Comes down to this, has it, Phoenix Fright? Yikes. The lightning bolts flying about in this courtroom. And I almost feel bad for Apollo and Mr. Bane on the other side of the courtroom. I'm like, you're just kind of here. Apollo was gonna have his first case here, and Bane was gonna be the easy, you know, first prosecutor kind of person, but now we're like in the middle of Phoenix drama between Kristoff and oh boy. Yay. It's the moment where I wanna like pull my collar like Order, I will have order, Mr. Bane.
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear defense attorney Cavan's testimony?
Oh, the girls are fighting.
You can say that.
Yeah, well, as the prosecutor,
Very well, we'll break for 10 minutes, after which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for cross-examination. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well, this will be the final recess for the day. Yeesh. Jesus. April 20th, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Would have thought today would turn out like this. May I? Huh? Who may? Hello? Umst? What? Nice thought, Pat. Oh boy. Hello, sir. Please pick a card. Ah. What's all this about? This one, okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. Eh? Thank you for the follow, Francisca von Karma. What? Thank you. And welcome to the Creature Club. Phoenix's girl? Huh? Is she? We did see the picture, like, really briefly. You think it's her? His daughter. Yeah, but I didn't think she'd be this tall. I don't know. I imagine somebody smaller. Somebody age of 7, you know? Does she look like an age of 7? No. Where's the little loot goblin? I mean, we're about to find out, I guess. Or I'm not sure which one you're referring, Karma. The message, huh? The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. Eh? A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Magical? Magic? Use it wisely, and game is yours. That's all. Eh? Whoa. Well, it's an ace. With a blood drop? Perhaps? Oh, the one on the bucket instead. That's you guys. That's the little creature. he's just chilling there with his bucket. Yeah. He's just chilling there. An ace. Where do I remember that card from? It's the missing card, mayhaps. Or is that the card that got swapped? 3 aces. Price 2. 5 aces in all. Okay. Ah, the missing ace. The missing 5th ace. Wait, this blotch of red. Is this blood?
Can we get that tested? Whose blood is it?
You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck of the draw on the truth. Ugh, can't speak. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. Up, there it is. Okay, you were right, Kisu. It is the daughter. That is not a 7-year-old. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still like, I guess she's adopted. I mean, no way in hell that's a 7-year-old. Not even with this anime logic. This bloodstained card. It's my trump card for finding the truth. I fell deep into the thoughts of my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl. I'd seen her recently. But where? That's when I made the connection. Girl literally said her father, so... Oh! That's why! Girl had a pink cat in that one. That's why I didn't, like, put 2 and 2 together. That's why. That's why my brain was like, nah, not the same. It did the thing where someone's wearing glasses and I'm like, who's that? Who's that? Bloodied ace added to the court record. Yippee! We got a card. Okay, now it's just Apollo and Pain. April 20th, 2:45 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. Defense Attorney Christoph Gavin, will you please take the stand? Man, it sucks if he actually... I mean, he most likely is gonna be the bad. He's gonna be the bad guy, I guess. I highly doubt that there's gonna be another twist here, but... Man, I was kinda hoping that he was gonna be our mentor. Oh well. Oh then, if you would, Mr. Bain.
Yes, Your Honor, and I will... The witness state his name and occupation.
Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on this courtroom. Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat? By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it.
Objection!
Huh? Damn it, Phoenix. You wanna run this case, buddy? You really wanna run this case? Apollo can just go, you know, sit in the audience at this rate. I wouldn't call it an inordinated, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Wright? What do you think you're doing, Wright? Wow, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? Oh my god, this kind of feels nice that he's standing next to us. Look at that smile. Hey. Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off, except for that one time. That one time being the instant he was hit. Oh! When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you wouldn't have had been there in the you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer, is what you're trying to say. Can you not look that evil right now, buddy? Buddy! Christoph! Buddy! He looks so dang evil right now. Like a condescending bastard. Oh, boy. Not bad, Apollo. Mr. Gavin, I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. What? Honestly, Bane is there also just kind of barely hanging. Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation I see a little reason to hide anything. Oh, I feel like he's gonna try to pin this on Phoenix now. But he's gonna fumble there. I have a heap feeling. Very well, allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of the fateful night? The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window to the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as that appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. Wow, that was a lot of... Oof. You witnessed the murder? Bullshit. For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of that deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. Wright's defense team? Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand, after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through the little window. Mr. Wright? You had to say that. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo? Oh. Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. Can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial's getting weirder and weirder. Weird! Here we go.
Hold it!
That man, you mean Mr. Smith? He was different from the other customers. His aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that.
Oh, then you knew the true nature of your client's job?
Of course, but I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. It makes sense that he'd know. They were friends after all. Worried for my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score. I see. What happened then?
Hold it!
A little window. You mean the one you used to keep watch upstairs? Yes, a relic of an ancient past. The Black Musketeers used it, I believe. Why did you go through the trouble of peeking through the window? Would it not been easier to just open the door and go into the room? I didn't want to upset Wright, you see. Upset Mr. Wright? Yes. What if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking into their match. Bad form, to say the least. So far, everything he's saying makes sense.
Hold it!
How do you know it was right after the murder? Really? No need to shout, Justice. I was just getting to that part in my testimony. Ah, there he is. The coolest defense in the West. We know and love. Even when you're standing up there in the witness stand, some things never change. I was afraid you'd change too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours. With friends like these, who needs enemies?
Hold it!
By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene? Precisely, you see, he wasn't wearing his hat then. I saw his head when he was dead. And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat.
Can you describe the scene of the crime for us?
Hold it!
Those were the only three at the scene of the crime. Yes, as far as I saw at least.
Then we're back where we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police?
2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
Objection!
What? There must have been someone else there in the moment of the crime. Justice, I just said I saw no one. Not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Ah yes, this mysterious 4th person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose. Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question then. Tell me, What possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hand? Perhaps you can show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary? How can I show something I can't find myself? Remember, Apollo, the card that was swapped out was the 5th ace. 5th ace, right. Well, Mr. Justice, the question of why the killer would swap out the card has been raised. Can you point out the reason? I mean, before I point it out, can I look at the card? Can we be like, whose blood is this? A single drop of blood marks the front of the card. And it's a red. It's now or never. The defense would like to present an evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why the card was swapped out. Then go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the 5th ace? Because the card had a drop of blood. Is most likely the reason.
Take that!
My reason is, this. Is that an ace? Why, it's got blood in it. Right next to the spade. What? Oh boy, he pissed. Oh. This is insane. Why wasn't I told about this? Why? Put this spade. Put this spade a missing 5th days. Uh-huh. Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that card? Well, that's the thing. Why Mr. Gavin's so upset? They did it. It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl. All that card? Oh, it's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Forge Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are stock and trade, after all.
Objection!
No, impossible. Unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence, it's fraud. Fraud? How can you be so sure? What? I would think the only person who would claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Oh. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason? The reason for the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime. Where are you going with this? Take another look at this photo, and at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell onto the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen onto that cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the blood.
Objection!
Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible. Oh? Right. Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years you've used to be a lawyer. You know that the serious crime is to conceal evidence. Oh, we can discuss the finer point of the legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question. What are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken card from the crime scene. And now, I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see.
Objection!
This is baseless. Conjecture, baseless.
Objection!
Oh, I assure you, it's quite based. What? It's amazing, really. A single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? God damn it, Phoenix. You're literally running the case at this point. Why can't you just say it yourself? We're just here to witness you doing your thing. For once, we're not in the controls, though. Yes. I'm picturing the scene of the crime. Ooh, 3D. The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped the card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with the scene. Oh, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that we have a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims, the killers, witnesses, the second witness? Eh? Oh, this is the killer, witness, victim, another witness. Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card? The cards that got swapped is on... Wait, hold on.
Take that!
Well, isn't it the victim's position that's the problem? I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice. Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You'd think any blood would have fallen behind the body, not onto the table in front of him. Oh! Take a look at this photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would have fallen onto the floor, not on the cards. Why, that's right. So, what does this mean? Incidentally, we were sitting in a swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh man. Apollo, try turning the chair around. Eh? 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 The chair was facing the other way. It would have had to be. Oh, we have to assume that the victim's chair was facing away from the table. And Mr. Wright returned from informing the police which way was the chair facing. When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Look at this diagram once more. We now know the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction.
Again?
Let's test our reasoning skills, shall we? Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? Oy, oy, oy. I feel like we're being shoved a lot of info here, guys. The victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness. Whose location creates a contradiction in the victim's... Contradiction in the victim was facing away. If the victim was facing away. The killer? The victim was struck from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is? I would think it'd be quite hard, yes.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game?
I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light. What? There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Eh? There's no room to point a mark where the killer should be. Don't worry, let's think it through to see what we find. We know the victim was facing towards the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know, for sure. Either forget about everything else. Here? Oh boy. I don't know, there's room, I guess. Well, I guess the killer would have to be, here? I don't think that was it. Yeah. Ow. Here? What the hell? How could I not been on front? The killer would have to be standing, well, here.
You get points for flair, but that's about all you get.
Ah. I thought I was onto something there.
I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim is facing solid cupboard. Or are you claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from the above? Ha!
It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that the very moment of the crime... Wait, I know! At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there.
Well, what's this now?
I mean, that's the only explanation, right, Mr. Gavin? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboards and the hideouts immediately. Bailiff, send the team to crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard. Your Honor? What? There's one more thing you men should look for. Please give this. The bailiff. Yes, I see. You do belong into the court after all, Mr. Wright. I do my best.
Well, let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at this diagram once again. It's been changed. If the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here. Which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard. And... blocking the window, I see. Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. At the time of the murder, it has to have been shown there. Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my. What's this? What is it now? Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact. Oh dang. Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching to its logical conclusion. Oh, then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradiction indicator. Oh boy, oh boy. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness?
Take that!
I'm about this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if that was something really... If it was something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs. That's right, someone standing outside wouldn't have been able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin. What did you say? Oh? Is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool? Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court exactly where did you witness the crime scene from? Excuse me, Your Honor. Order, this is a court of law, I will have order. We just now received word from the investigation team that the porch broke up. We've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor. Oh! And what did they find? Well, Your Honor, turns out there is a secret passage behind it. Dun dun dun! What? Oh nee, Silvissi. Ah yes, I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about. I do remember him saying something about that, now that he mentions it. A secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal ongoings. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eye of the law. So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurants above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of broth, no doubt. Just like our killer. You see where your line of simple deduction reasoning has led us, Apollo? I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked. The victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder. and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin, come on, say something. Dare I asked her what really happened that night? Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith, a date with Destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it. Miss Olga Orley was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from the secret passage into the hideout. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside. He wheeled his chair around, and after the deed was done, the crime must have been the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized he needed to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him, he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed that the cards on the floor and the fact that they were all red. Ay, ay. Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I am truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Gavin. Mr. Bain. Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicion. Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately.
Objection!
Oh, no need to apologize. I'd rather enjoy it myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would have taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion. This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney. Illegal evidence.
Objection!
Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing? Of course. This bottle, for instance. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking. How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints. Am I right, Mr. Bain? Actually, yes. The fingerprints on the bottle were upside down. I seem to recall this being that issue earlier. The court in this case demand an explanation. I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down. And that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor. See how the caught fish squirms to the last? Alapolo. Yes? Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still. But I'm sure we can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that. Yeah, just like that, huh? Why would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than to... I hope I haven't tricked you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one. Is there really another? Take another look at the court records. Artsyyttely. Oh wait. I believe you'll find simple answer there, in plain sight. How about you just say the answer in plain words? It would be hasty to deliver a verdict with an unswavered questions, indeed. Well, Mr. Justice? Mr. Gavin said that the court and this case demands an explanation. Don't worry. Justice won't leave until justice is done. Perhaps the defense would care to enlighten the court. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottle are upside down? Hey. What do we show? This photograph? Honestly, I'm not really sure here. Well, I'm gonna get penalty for it, but... I'm gonna get some penalty out of it, but you know.
Take that!
It's actually easier to show you than explain, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair. Excuse me? On the floor? Yes. Now reach down and pick it up. Without getting out of your chair. Ha! See? You naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down. Oh, would you look at that for once? Just looking at a photograph. Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here, playing piano, bottle, trade shoes on the floor to the side of his piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottle upside down several times. I can't believe I was that simple. Recall our dinner that evening, Mr. Kristoff? I was drinking my usual juice then, too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. And you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon. Order, order, order. What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gavin? Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactics of misdirections. What? You claim that I switched the bottle? Where is your proof? Proof? Well, that's I mean, the switched bottle. I mean, the bottle that should have been there should have the card inside. The heart card. But it doesn't. It's a clean bottle. As I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty. And it is empty because there's supposed to be a card inside. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideouts earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation? Ah, yes. I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Porch Bowl Club. And here's one of the bottles in question. What are we going to dust that fingerprints to? I would be surprised if any were on that but his. Mr. Gavin's probably wouldn't make such an obvious mistake. True. Oh, it's gonna have stuff in it. Say Apollo. Yeah, yes? Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? Did I already receive it? Just humor me. That bottle will solve this case once and for all. Can I see it now? Or... There we go. It hasn't been... Ei oo annettu pulloa vielä. Antakaa pullo. There we go. There it is. Look at that. There's the card. There's something inside the bottle. What's this? The dead card. It can't be. I recall the unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment. Olga Orleys? Yes, our little swindle Devochka. That night I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. Wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony. Yeah, he put the card in the bottle. But now it's here. The 5 of hearts. This is the card. The bottle was swapped. And the only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Kristoff Gavin. Oi. Jesus. Is he a psychic or something? Why did those things start to levitate behind him? That is all. Wink. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Oh, are we gonna be told about that in now? My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little... I don't know. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know that language. Is it... I'm not gonna even guess. This is insane. What about me? Don't I get to prosecute anyone? Nah, you're just here, Bane. Kinda like Apollo was just kinda here. I believe this time I've finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Bane, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin?
He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now.
I see. Bill, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he?
None that we know of.
Mr. Wright, have you anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. About this victim, Mr. Shotty Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. An odd profession, to be sure, and that's all we know about him.
I'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor.
Good. Mr. Wright? Yes? 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gavin is a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice could be tolerated. This courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo. Me? This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our own, very own initial trial system. You haven't said it right. It's the right. Our work lies ahead of us. And I, for one, am looking forward to it.
Hey, look at that! Such a nice file.
Well, this seems like a good time to announce the verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty! Let's go! Our first not guilty in this game series. Apollo Justice. Court is adjourned.
April 24, 28 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3.
Thanks, Apollo. You came through, just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. Yeah, that's how I also felt, that we almost didn't do shite anymore at the point when Phoenix, you know, stepped next to us.
Phoenix, you like being in a spotlight a little bit too much.
I gotta say, Mia did mayhaps a little better job at being a mentor, because she, you know, only gave hints when needed. You basically stepped into the spotlight and just kinda at the end remembered, like, alright, Apollo's right next to me. Hey, right, kid? It was you who cornered the killer. I couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too. today, didn't you? Your ability?
Ability?
Yes. The sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough.
Wait, I wonder if he means...
Yeah, we don't need a flashback for this. Yeah.
What was that, Mr. Wright?
You'll have to find the answer to that question yourself.
The answer.
Right.
Today was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin.
What possible reason could he have had to commit a murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come.
Huh?
Wait, you don't know. You don't know, do you? This locket is the key.
Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture is in your locket.
Your daughter, right? That's right. She's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket.
Eh?
I took this off his neck the night he died. But it looked like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. But the truth is, this locket really did belong to him. Why'd you steal it from him?
Wait, but that's Petrie. Testified. You said that locket was yours.
Let me finders keepers. I said no such thing, actually. Huh? I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And it's the truth.
Wait, but then... why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it?
Sometimes the strangest path to the truth is the best one. Give it time. You're still just getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of job. I work for Gavin's law offices after all.
I still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs.
Polo? Yes. How about coming to work for me?
Eh? You mean at the Wright and CEO law offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it.
I can't imagine that to be true, but...
Wait, but didn't you... You're not a...
Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. I'm not an attorney anymore.
That incident 7 years ago. That legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man. And he's right. The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left the law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts?
I'm not qualified to stand in the court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence.
Eh? Forged evidence? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about an evidence that shouldn't have existed. An odd magician's trick.
The one piece of evidence struck me as odd, it's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. Oh no, don't tell me it was the card.
Take that!
Mean this? Don't you? I got this from your daughter, Mr. Wright.
Yes, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him, and he left. Oh. Oh, that was a dirty trick. That's why Gavin, like, shook so much. Because he was like, he for sure took that card. But then he got, like, super shocked when he actually saw the card again and was like, wait, what? And he probably, like, was going through his head, like, when did I lose the card or something like that. But in reality, he didn't lose the card. He still had it, but this one was the forged one. But I'm guessing that there was actually, like, a real spade that had the blood drop in it. But we just don't know if it's not this one, though. This is the fake one. Leaving the wrong card in its place. Lucky for us. And he was telling the truth. Kristoff was telling truth here because he had the actual card. So he was like, what the fudge is that card doing here? And yeah, exactly. How are you sure? And he couldn't admit to that because then he would have admitted he was the killer. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago. Then you really... Yes, I forged this card. One look at the crime scene could have told you it wasn't real. But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney. Well, he's not an attorney, so who's calling themselves an attorney, Apollo? No, it is true. That rumor is true. 7 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? Nah. Ah! I punched him. Whoa! Apollo! I'm good throwing fists. I guess he didn't punch too hard. It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in if you like. Is that right? How about your uppercut? Try yelling, take that! Next time I think it'd pack a little more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. Had a good time. He got punched in the face in the end and was like, had a blast. And with that, Mr. Wright walked out of the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved. And at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I'd find that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, Attorney of Law, and this is how my story begins. End. Oh, dang. Dun, 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 dun. Well, let's do a double save here. Oh my goodness gracious! Oh. Well... Let's start the next episode, but we're not gonna play for too long of it, but we are definitely gonna start it now and see what it's gonna be like. At least we get to see what is up. Episode 2, Turnabout Corner.
As long as we draw breath, the wheel of fate turns. Oi! Spinning big crime and little crimes together. And when the wheel stops... Oh. You die. Yikes. Thank you for the follow, Jesse. Welcome to the Creature Club. June 15. 9:12 a.m. Right ankle law offices. Hello, Lonkero Hattu. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good Monday. Objection! I guess it's not a good Monday. Well, at the very least, a decent one then. You're just in time for the... We just started the second episode. Second episode. We're gonna see what it's about before I'll end for the day. Man, the tutorial case was freaking long. 2 months have passed since Mr. Gavin's arrest. My first trial, and I lost both my mentor and my job. Yeah, I'll admit it. I was screwed. But even when I hit the bottom, I told myself I'd never come here. Honest. Ow, what the... Here being the legendary Brighton CEO law offices. Ah, it certainly looks... different. Certainly looks different from what it used to be. Poor Mia, is she turning in her grave, seeing her office turned into a freaking magician's warehouse? Okay, just this time to stop trembling. Ah, you must be here for the interview. Right this way. Huh? Ah, it's you. Hello there. You found the right place. Welcome. What this girl? Well now, shall we begin? Begin? What? Right, first things first. Any special talents? What are we interviewing? What now? Talents? Yes, well, you must have at least one. I guess... Defending? Defending? An unusual talent, but oh too. But a little jazzing up, of course. Do you think so? Let's give it a go, shall we? Huh? Go ahead, show me. Defend. Just give it all you got. Don't hold back now. Huh? What are you talking about? I can't just defend here. First lesson, a professional can perform anywhere. Thanks. Well, want people to laugh with us? Not at us? Thanks. But I'm not sure why they should be laughing at all. What? What exactly do you think you came here to do? What? I defend? No. What? Excuse me, but do you know where you are? Huh? The Rights and CEO law offices, right? Oh. I was afraid of that. Don't worry, you're not the first. Look, what's going on here? Who are you? I came here to meet with the person in charge. Well, you've apparently made no fewer than 2 mistakes. Mistakes? But I got a call from Mr. Wright this morning. Perhaps you should go read the sign out front again. What there's to read? Look, it says right here, there. Oh. What does it say, Apollo? Did we walk through a wrong door? Why does it say Wright's Talent Agency? Oh. Welcome to Wright's Talent Agency.
where you are always come the right place. Get it? Because it's... Ha. All the puns. I'm Trucy Wright, CEO. I'm a magician. Trucy. It all came flooding back. The trial, that girl. Yep. I mean, to be fair, Apollo only met her like a few minutes. So no wonder he didn't remember. That's right. She's my daughter. Yeah, Phoenix, okay. Trucy Wright. Here, check out our flyer. So, what's your name? Apollo. Apollo Justice. Attorney at law. Oh, wow, this scene is way different from before. Okay. Alright. Guess we talk. So, is this really a talent agency? You bet. Daddy started 7 years ago, and he quit law. Of course, we only have 2 people signed up right now. 2 people? Does that include you? Trucy Wright, magician extraordinaire. I've done a lot of stage shows. Paid too. I'm a professional, you know. Right. Promise you'll come to one of my shows, okay? Let's see. Oh, the other person of our agency represents is, Phoenix Wright. Pianist extraordinaire? Your dad, in other words. Didn't he say he couldn't play the piano? Our agency doesn't see that as a problem. Why, there are many magicians who can't do magic. At least you're optimistic, I'll give you that. Okay. So you're his, you're Phoenix Wright's daughter? That's right. After Daddy quit law 7 years ago, I promised I would keep him fed. Kind of his sugar daddy, I get it. Get it? Oh boy. You're one lucky guy to have a smart daughter, I guess, but I'm definitely questioning how, when, where. No. I'm in charge of this whole office too. Pretty amazing for a young lass of 15, wouldn't you agree? 15. How old is Mr. Wright? Daddy? Oh, he's like 33 this year? I'm sure there's a good explanation. I hope. Yeah, numbers do not add up right now. He is most definitely adopted daughter. But nevertheless, he seems like a smart cookie, which is a good first step. About Mr. Wright giving up law. It was because of that incident 7 years ago, wasn't it? Eh? You know about that? Not the details. I remember the news though. It was a big deal. Oh, I hear. I was too young to understand what was going on. I'll ask Daddy about it next time I get a chance. Daddy, right. That reminds me about Mr. Wright. He gave me a call this morning to come in. Daddy's not here right now. He's in a hospital. Eh? What? What did he do? Why'd he give us a call if he's in the hospital? Or is he visiting someone in there or what? Phoenix like 33, 34, and the kid is 15, so he would have been 18 or so. Well, we know for a fact that that can't be true because the Phoenix in the Ace Attorney games is like, didn't we check this last time? Like 21, 22, was he? So he certainly did not have a daughter then. And Trucy keeps saying 7 years ago. I'm gonna take a wild guess that 7 years ago, something happened. Phoenix ended up adopting a daughter. I do see a picture at the wall over there of some magician, so I'm not sure, is that like someone Trucy admires, or potentially Trucy's actual dad? You know, birth dad. Are we sure he was single in those? Pretty sure. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he was single. But yeah. Or something 18 years relationship, XX kept the kid, 8 years later X had this happen. Yeah, I mean, no, she's just adopted. Yeah, adopted sounds more plausible at this point. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna find out, most likely, why and when, and, you know, they wouldn't drop this kind of thing otherwise. The hospital? Yeah. He's on strict bed rest until he gets better. What? Okay. Which hospital is Mr. Wright in? I'll pay him a visit. Oh, the Hickfield's clinic. It's quite close. Right, well, I'll be going now, and I'll, give this subwish gig some thought, okay? Wait, I'll go with you. Touché. What the? What am I looking at here? June 15, 9:45 a.m. Hickfield Clinic. Guys, is the Hickfield Clinic the one that had the creepy ass nut job guy who pretended to be a doctor? Freaking hope not. So this is Mr. Wright's. This is Wright's hospital. No! Of all the characters you would bring back, is this mother fudger? No! This joke was not funny, okay? Okay, fine, it was funny the first time, but not the third and the freaking... How manyest time is this? Fourth? Why are we stuck with the weirdos? Like, not the fun weirdos, but the creepy weirdos. What the... Oh, man. Okay. Alright. I'll compose myself.
Hey, visitor, are you in?
Yeah, are you the doctor?
Yup, Dr. Hickfield, the name.
Good morning, doctor. No. No, no, no. Absolutely fudging no. No, 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 no. Keep your creepy hands off her. Freaking 15, dude. Ew. Is this Daddy's room? Oh yeah, Daddy's gone for a morning checkup. Be back soon. Son of a gun, I don't want to even read your text. Thank you, Phoenix. Doctor, the nurse was looking for you.
Why, isn't it a daddy-o? The cutest little thing down. I guess I'll be off then later.
Ew. Oh, never come back. Oh, that was an odd bird that guy was. Good morning. Didn't expect you to so soon, Apollo. Mr. Wright. Ay, 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 ay. So, what happened? Who could have imagined it? Me, victim of a hit and run? Eh? Hit and run? Wait, you got hit by a car? Oh yeah, we did saw in the beginning cinematics, we did see a car and a phoenix for a minute. Hit and you were hit by a car? Oh, he tried to swear. I'll give him that. Picture me tossed 30 feet through the air. Wanted to stop when my head hit that telephone pole. Wait, that's funny. You hit a telephone pole with your head? Are you okay? Thankfully, my only injury was a sprained ankle. Dang, you're made of some tough stuff, man. He really is lucky, as they say. Well, to be fair, dude has jumped off a bridge to an icy river. So... Doggy. Doggy. Look, that's funny. Oh, Truzy. There's something that, well, doesn't sit right. I just can't believe you have a daughter, Mr. Wright. Don't be rude, Apollo. And she's so big. No, not bad. You know what I mean. Oh, Truzy's still a child. Daddy, how many times do I have to remind you? I'm not a child anymore. You are a child. You are 15. Shut up. But you'll always be daddy's little baby girl to me, Truzy. My food, I'm not buying it. Oh, something you should know about Truzy. She's a magician. She's a magician, right? She told me. Not a mere stage magician. She's a genius. Hee. Ah. You'll soon come to appreciate her talent. You just let things instead of initiating them. So, why did you contact me? What would the Wright's talent agency possibly want with me? I'll need to get prickly now. Hey, I didn't ask to be dragged in like this. But didn't you come here into the office of your own free will anyway? Well, yeah, of course. I've been in big trouble here at the office. Big. I thought someone was dying. So you don't think this is a big trouble? My talent agency represents only 2 people, and one of them is in a hospital. That's right, Daddy. How are you going to pay this month's rent? And the groceries? Yeah, that's the problem with such a tight operation. It's a symbiotic relationship. When one of us falls, the other one too must fall. Hey, this isn't exactly suitable conversation to be having with a 15-year-old kid. In any case, if Apollo here can't help you'll have to transfer to the new school again. Oh, I can't. I only just made friends. How could you do this to me, to us, Polly? Huh? Huh? What? No, it's my fault? On that note, how about you come work for us? I've got the perfect client for you already lined up. A client? You mean I get to do my job? I get to defend in court? Alright, I'll hear what you have to say. You got him, Daddy. Hook and line and sinker. They tricked me. Now it's time to reel him in. It's official. I'm scared. Alright, so who's the client? Ah yes, here. Take a look at the map and I'll explain. Last night I left the office just before 9 o'clock. I was going to that In Dunshine, past the joint, olden days. I'll play piano there, of course. Yeah, sure. That's when it happened. The car sent me flying, nicked the telephone pole, and zoomed away. Creepy, huh? Just a tad. It's almost as creepy as hearing you tell the story like it was no big deal. The car sped off in this direction. So, good luck. Meet that? Okay. Wait. Don't give me that innocent looking puppy dog smile and be like, I got hit by a hit and run. Good luck. Bitch, give me something like a register plate. What color the car was? Hope it. What more? What? Huh? You wanted a client, didn't you? Well, I'm your client. Find the guy who knocked me into the telephone pole. Oh, hold on. I'm a defense attorney, not a detective. Don't worry. Once you found the guy, I intend to sue him. Then you can stick it to him in a court. Hey, me taito. Never mind. Now we actually are playing a detective. Before we even get to the court. You cool. I'm not a prosecutor either. I'm sorry, but this is crazy. I'm going home. Don't get so worked up. It was just a joke. Paska vitsi. Huh? Oh, Daddy. Sorry, Apollo. He just loves jokes, you know. Even the ones that aren't very funny. Your real client should be stopping by the office anytime soon now. The office? You mean the talent agency? No harm in going. It's not like I have anything else to do. One more thing. You'll look into my accident too, would you? I marked the scene of the tragedy on this map. Okay. It's right in front of this park. It'd be easy to find. It was going to make me investigate this after all. Okay. Let me examine this place a bit. Are they still samurai stuff? Mr. Wright's bed is really messy. Look how messy this is! You're just hopeless without me, aren't you? Yikes, he's attempting to clean up. Look out. You got me. What can I say? I was raised in a barn. I don't have to let words get out of Apollo, if you don't mind. Don't mind ruining your illustrations career pretending to play a piano. Swaying spiral stack of DVD cases. The Steel Samurai, the Nickel Samurai, the Pink Princess, the Sappy Samurai, Electric Boogaloo. They're all children's action hero shows. This kid, I know, keeps sending them to me. Huh? Like a niece or nephew? Something like that. Quite the collection. This kid's parents must be really generous with their allowance. Only Mr. Wright doesn't seem the type that kids would like. True. To be fair, we've been tossed about by kids. Ah, you snuck some grape juice in again. The doctor said you weren't supposed to drink that here. You see, look at the label. Oh, deep sea mineral water. That's fine, I guess. I switched the labels. Don't tell Trucy, okay? What can I say? The man loves his grape juice. Honest to God, thought it was wine. What goes here? What's that on the TV? It looks like some sort of action hero show. Oh, I know that one. It's the Sniffling Samurai. It's... Ew. Okay. I had no idea you like this kind of stuff, Mr. Wright. What else is there to do when you're stuck in a bed? Besides, the episodes will just keep piling up and I don't keep up, you know. Hope that was fine. Well, it's the only time I get to watch and write up my reports. Your reports? It's a long story. Like a lot of things, actually. Would I've explained how he puts up with the DR? True. Well... Guess we can skedaddle. Go meet our client. June 15, 5 a.m. Bright Talents Agency. Hey, hey, hey. How long are you planning to make me wait? Don't know who's talking yet, so... Ah, good morning. Hi. Hi there, Truzy doll. Sounds like your pops had a bit of a rough spot, eh? All's well that ends well, I guess. This is our client. Hey, so this is that Polo fellow, eh? Yes, the name's Apollo, but... Look at him there, arms all crossed like, ready to fight. Yes, sir, you don't mean that literally, do you? Boss told you what I need, right? Don't let him down now, Polo. Don't worry about your defense, sir, I'm on it. Defense? You're an old half-cooked. It's too late for defense. My castle's been stormed, my keep's been kept, my noodle stand's been stolen. Noodles? You know Mr. Eldon from the noodle stand, don't you, Polly? No nicknames, please. No, of course I don't know him. You new in these parts? Not really. Then you know the best noodles in town. Eldon's Noodles. Whose noodles? My noodles. Help me out here, Truzy doll. This is Mr. Guy Eldon, our client. Maybe you can tell us what the problem is, Mr. Eldon. Coco? Anything for you, Truzy doll? Okay. Almost. So, you run a noodle stand, Mr. Eldon. Guy Eldon's the name, and the noodles are my game. The secret's in the soup. I've been searching for the perfect soup for years and a half. That's not that long, really. My family's been noodle men for generations. Got a lot of expectation on my shoulders. 15 fathers passing the noodle to 15 sons. That's a pretty old noodle. Hey, a fool that I was, I pushed it away. I rebelled against my pops and picked up another livelihood. But that didn't turn out so well. Oh. There was no denying it. Salty broth runs through these veins, boy. So, it was like destiny that you became what you are. Right, destiny is the word. I fought it. But in the end, I was bound by the twisted noodle of fate. Not a mental image I care to linger on. The last year, I started my noodle stand. 15 generations of Eldon's noodles. So tell me more about Eldon's noodles. You don't know the genius that are my noodles? No, if you've been only around a year. Makes them so salty, why they're saltier than a salt. I really don't want to find out. And he's a regular at his noodle stand. He's frequently at my pop stand back during his attorney days too. Yep, I'm his assistant. I'm sorry. I'll be sure to drop by on your stand soon.
Wish you could, Sonny.
Eh?
Heck, I wish I could. I'd give anything for my ball about now.
What do you mean?
I was stolen. My stand. Gone.
Stolen?
It was last night. I was doing my rounds, blowing my whistle.
It's like an ice cream truck bell, but louder. Even gets complaints.
Now you're just trying to butter me up.
That sounded more like a blues than a whistle, but whatever.
I closed up my stand for the night and parked by the house. Then this morning, dark and early, it was gone. The keep, my castle. Ugh.
Maybe some bum carted it off?
Just guessing here. I don't care who did it. Without the stand, I'm finished. All my noodle balls were in there too.
That's the saddest thing I've heard all day.
You know it. And once that's the deal, good luck.
Good, huh? Wait, what exactly is your request?
My noodle stand. Find it. And the day you bring my baby back is the day you feast on many noodles as you want. Of course I'll make it so hot and salty 2 balls will kill a man. Then I'll really need a defense.
Speaking of defense, that's what I do. I'm a lawyer, not a detective.
This is where I live. You drop by if you need any info, okay? Get it back today if you can, Polo. I got noodles to make.
Eh. Things have certainly taken a turn for the bizarre.
This is Apollo and his bizarre adventures now. What cases and attorney? What defense? Nah. Meet a bunch of wacky characters and now we're looking for a noodle stand. And a guy who hit and run Phoenix. Traffic accident and a noodle stand thief.
Actually... There was something I wanted to ask you about too, Apollo.
Did we get a third thing?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Listen to the lady's problem now. Don't be cruel.
I lost something last night. That is, something was stolen.
Hey, what's this? More thieving and skullduggery?
Well, someone stole a pair of my...
panties.
Okay.
Panties. Fine. I'll ask.
They were stolen? My panties, yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's a quite shame, that is Trucy doll.
I was alone in the office last night. I hung my panties out in the window there to dry. Then a thief came and took them. My favorites!
Oh.
I ran after him. Give those back, I shouted.
Well, that was certainly brave of you.
But I lost him. Without those panties, I don't know what I'll do.
Please tell me you have more than just one pair? For the love of God? If you don't, we can go buy a pair, okay? Buy a dozen, okay? Oh, quite shame, yup.
Well, at least the scene of the crime's convenient. I'll mark it on your map.
I'll be heading home now. Remember, find my stand or there's an empty ball in your future, Polo. Ah, right. And you'll help out Choosy Doll here too, you hear? Yeah. Well, Trucy's definitely a confident young lady, if nothing else. I must say.
Things have certainly picked up, haven't they?
Thanks for giving me a third thing to look for.
We had no work yesterday, and now we have 3 cases.
Yeah. I guess.
Let's see where we stand.
Not in a courtroom, that's where... Poor Apollo, seriously. He's like, not in the freaking place where I'm supposed to, but, you know...
Well, the first item on our list.
Phoenix Wright. Okay.
Phoenix Wright. That is hit and run accident. We have to find the one who hit it.
Who's going to pay us for this again? Can we just appreciate Apollo a little bit here? He's literally being like, what am I doing?
And the second item. Mr. Aldun's request to find his stolen stand.
So which we stand to gain a bowl of salty noodles.
And the last request is mine. To find my stolen panties.
That bowl of noodles is looking better and better. Look, you know what? I'll take a second bowl.
Let's go, Polly. To the streets.
Aren't you enthusiastic?
How could I not be? Let's crack these cases, you and me.
Guess we might as well get started. Let's see, hit and run and stolen stand. And last one at least, stolen panties. Oh boy. Alright, we're gonna leave it at that. I feel like that's a good summary on what the heck are we standing in. Until Luke is being gone.